now the next one is the semispinalis. And the semispinalis is the transverse processes of C4 all the way to T12. Semispinalis comes from C4, the transverse processes now, which is here on the sides.
Where?
Here, the transverse process is C4 all the way to T12. Okay? So it comes from here, and that's the origin. And then it inserts between the superior and inferior nuchal line and the spinous processes of C2 to T6. So these muscles that are on the transverse processes, they come up and hit, they insert here on the spinous processes here and in between the superior and inferior nuchal lines. You can see one line here, a second line here. This is the superior nuchal line. This is the inferior nuchal line. Okay, superior nuchal line, inferior nuchal line, and so they come from the transverse processes here, hit the spinous processes, and also the nuchal lines between the inferior and superior nuchal lines.
So they kind of like flex along that arch, like back then.
Like here?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do provide some neck extension. Now remember, semispinalis is also a bilateral muscle. So you have two muscles that come in, they join here and attach here. Okay. So it is a bilateral muscle. Bilaterally, they're going to extend the vertebral column. They're going to laterally bend to the vertebral column to the contracted side. So if my right semispinalis contracts, it's going to help to laterally bend my side, right? And then it also helps to maintain head posture, helps to keep your head upright. And then the nerve for this is also the dorsal rami because it's in the back, right close to the spine. All the muscles that are really close to the spine are going to be the dorsal rami. Okay, so then the next one is the splenius cervicis. You can see that that's also a dorsal rami because it's right close to the spine. The spinous processes of T3 to T6. So, 2, 3. So T3 to T6 is the origin. So these 3 vertebrae, 4 vertebrae, right there. So T3 to T6, and then it inserts on the transverse processes of C2 to C4. So it inserts C3 to C6. I mean, the origin is C3 to C6, and it inserts on the transverse processes.
Wait, it's T3 to T6.
Yes.
And insert C2 to C4.
So yes, then the origin is T3 to T6, right? Did I say that correct?
Yes.
And it inserts on C2 to C4 on the transverse processes. So you have two muscles that come up here, C3 to C6, and goes to T3 to T6 and goes to C2 to C4. So it's also a bilateral muscle.
Is this C2?
Yes, it goes up here. No, C2 is, yes, this is C2.
Okay.
C2 to C4.
Okay.
So it comes here to here. Okay?
Mr. Hicks, can you slide over a little more? Because I just see the back of your head
Well,
when you're pointing to the bottom.
What if we moved her over here? And you could be off to the side.
I'm just trying to see, Mr. Hicks. Like I gotta see it.
okay. Is that better?
Yes. I know you get excited
Struggle,
about
struggle.
these functional anatomy classes.
Okay, and so bilaterally, they bilaterally contract to extend the head back, right? So they go from here to the transverse processes. So when they both contract, they're going to pull the head into extension, right? And then unilaterally, they contract. Contraction rotates, and it will laterally bend head and neck to the contracted side. So if my right side contracts, it's going to bend to the right side and rotate to the right side. if my left side contracts, it's gonna bend my head to the left and rotate my head to the left.
The dab.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Good job, right? You gotta dab it. Dab it.
No, because you want it to the same side, right? So if my right one's contracted, it's gonna laterally bend and it's gonna contract. I'm gonna rotate to the same side, contract.
Dab it.
Oh, okay, yes.
My kids dab all the time.
Do they?
Yes, they do. You just learned something.
I did. So yeah, so that's how it works. So laterally bends to the same side, contraction and rotates to the same side. So you can see that they kind of have the opposite actions, at least when we talk about rotation, than the scalenes and the sternocleidomastoid. The sternocleidomastoid and them, they're going to rotate to the opposite side, right? Whereas the splenius cervicis is going to rotate to the same side. So, okay. Then the last neck extensor is the splenius capitis. Okay, and that is at the so the origin is the lower half of the nuchal ligament, spine processes of C7 to T3. So the nuchal ligament is here basically right where the nuchal lines are. So it's going to go here to the spine processes of C3 to T7. Okay, so right there is the origin. See, wait a minute. I reversed that. Nuchal ligament, and it goes from C7, which is here, to T3. So it goes from here to here is the origin. Okay. And then the insertion, you can see, is going to be the lateral occipital bone and the mastoid process. So the origin is here, and then the insertion is going to be the occipital bone and the mastoid process. So it's going to go from here to here. Okay. Okay. So, and you can see it's the middle and lower cervical nerves for the innervation. Now, it will bilaterally, if they both contract at the same time, they're going to extend the vertebral column, right? Extend the neck. Unilateral contraction rotates and laterally bends the face to the same side. Okay, so it goes to the same side. So it laterally bends and rotates to the same side of contraction. Okay? Yes.